for $20,000 a
Filming.
month.
Awesome.
Hey everybody, Emeka coming at you from my self-publishing blueprint, and in today's video I want to talk and give you kind of what I wish I knew when I first started Kindle publishing. Hey, so my name's Emeka, and I'm the founder and creator of the publishing course called my self-publishing blueprint. I have been a self-publisher since August of 2016. My very first book went up on Amazon, and well, let's just say that book kind of crashed. But over the next few months, I slowly started getting better and better at my craft, and I'm happy to report now that the business, just the publishing business alone, does 5 figures every single month. I have an assistant who runs it, meaning I spend very little time and focus on my publishing business that now generates 6 figures a year. There are certain things that I really wish I learned a little quicker in the beginning when I first started my my self-publishing journey. So I'm gonna take some time and talk to you about those right now. The very first thing I wish I knew was publish my books on all platforms, no matter what they are. When I first started publishing, I only kind of published ebooks. What happened was my book that really took off started doing like really well with ebooks. Like we're talking $600 over 2 weeks just in ebook sales. But I had no paperbacks, and paperbacks allows you to make a lot more money because nobody gets into this business to make $2 ebook sales. We're looking at making, you know, $6, $7, $10, $20 royalties off paperback sales or off audiobook sales. And I was neglecting paperbacks and audiobooks for quite some time. And so publishing on all 3 platforms does a couple things. It gives your customers a chance to buy the book with whatever method they want, right? Some people only want audiobooks, some people only want ebooks, some people only want paperbacks. So don't neglect the other people who want those platforms. But it also turns one book into 3 assets. Meaning you'll get paid for ebook sales, you'll get paid for paperback sales, and you'll get paid for audiobook sales. So make sure you publish your books on all 3 platforms. So the second thing is, don't think you know what the market wants. Only publish books that are already proven. So what I mean by this is, a lot of new publishers, including myself, they'll come up with this great idea thinking, oh, you know what, it'd be really great to come out with a book like this because I know I like it. I know I'm interested in it. You know, my friends and family are interested in it. And then what they do is they publish a book on it and it flops. Because here's the deal. Your market is not you or your friends or family. Your market is all of the millions and millions of people on Amazon. That's who you have to please. You're not writing a book to please your friends and family, at least not if you want to make money. So you have to publish books that are already selling well on Amazon. That is key. If the book's already selling well on Amazon, you know there's a market for it. You know people are buying that. So you just have to basically model what's already working really well on Amazon, publish a book on that, throw it up in the platforms, better title, better description, better cover, and take that traffic away from that other top selling whoever it might be. So just always publish with what the market is already asking for. The third thing I didn't actually realize until about 1.5 years into the business, and that was make friends in the business and grow with them. What I mean by this is find somebody who is not doing as well as you, okay? And find somebody who is doing a lot better than you and start having weekly calls with them. It's like weekly, I think we use Skype. We chat every Tuesday morning. As soon as I did this, check out what happened. My income went from $3,000, and keep in mind, my income was about $3,000 for about 1.5 years, $3,000 a month. And then after making friends and connecting with other publishers, I actually connected with who ended up being my very first 10K a month student. And I started talking with him. I showed him my books. He gave me tips on what I could be doing better. Within 3 months, I had my first $10,000 month. but I attribute all of that success to the tips and the advice I was getting from people who were doing a lot better than me. So I know it can be one of those things, especially in this type of business where you don't want to share your niches or your keywords or any of that. And you don't have to share them publicly in groups if you don't want. But find one or two people or three people that you connect with, that you jive with, and get to know them and share with them and talk to them on a weekly basis. All of your incomes will increase, and it'll increase significantly faster than doing it on your own. This is probably the number one regret I have, is not figuring this out sooner and doing it like after my first few months publishing versus my first year and a bit publishing. So the next point is keyword research. Now, this is the secret to keyword research. Once again, probably took me 6-7 books to figure this out. But in order to get really good at keyword research, you just have to publish books. You might be like, oh, well, I want to make sure I have the right keyword. But guess what? You're not going to know you have the right keyword until you publish a book and publish a book on that keyword, and that book does well or doesn't do well. Like, you can do all the criteria checking you want. You can use all of the tools and this and that. But publishing the book is the most important thing in the keyword research stage, because by you publishing the book, you're going through the process, you're going to learn how it works, and that book's going to flop or it's going to do well, and then you're going to publish the next one, same keyword, different keyword, whatever, and that book's going to do well or that book's going to flop, but you're learning how to start looking for things. And it might sound like, yeah, but I'm going to be burning through money. Well, guess what? It's business. And you're going to have to spend some money to make some money. You're going to have to use some courage to make some money here. And that involves publishing books that you're not 100% sure are going to take off. I still publish books today that don't take off. It still happens. And I'm like how long have I been doing this? 2 years? 2-year veteran. And like, I'll still, just a while ago, we got into a niche and it totally, like a couple of the books just boom, they just flopped. And it happens. But by you publishing more and more books, that's the fastest way to learn how keyword research actually works. Kind of ties into my next point, and that's your first few books are going to suck. Don't get paralyzed in thinking that you want your first book to be this best book. This is going to turn your life around, and all of the great things that you've read about and you've watched online are going to happen because you published this first book. It's not going to happen. Reality is going to slap you in the face, kick you in the balls. It's just not going to happen. Your first few books most likely will suck. Now, there's always going to be stories where, I'm thinking one of our students, his first book did $3,000 his first month. What? Unheard of. Okay, doesn't normally happen. It took me 4 books. It wasn't until my 4th book that I started making money. I always tell my students, it's book 4 or 5 that usually starts clicking. It's book 4 or 5 that things start turning around. Because remember this, it takes one book to turn a profit. It takes one book to turn a profit. That 4th book, it profited and it wiped out all of the debt that I put in for books 1 to 3. It just takes one book. The next point is the ROI for your book, your return on your investment for your book. So when are you going to get your money back from the book that you put in? Doesn't have to come right away. It doesn't have to come within the first 6 months. It could really come 8, 10, 12 months down the road. Totally okay. All right, don't get caught up in thinking that you need to make an ROI right away. That is not the case, right? Most businesses don't turn a profit for the first 3 to 5 years. Now, it's not going to take that long, and if it is, you're probably doing something severely wrong. But if your first book doesn't turn a profit within its first few months, don't panic. Publish your next book, publish the next one after that, and track what's going on. I used an Excel spreadsheet for my first probably 10 or 12 books. And every month when I got, the royalty reports from Amazon, Every month it was, if you probably search in my channel, if I remember, I'll link it. But I've showed the sheet that I've used before, and it would track how much I put into the book, the cover, the marketing, the promotion for it, getting it written, and then how much it made on ebook, paperback, and audiobook. And I was tracking that for like the first 10 to 12 books. And sometimes they don't take off right away. Sometimes they take months to make their money back. But hey, in the end, they're assets on Amazon that are going to be around for years and years and years. So eventually they're going to turn a profit. And it kind of rolls into the next point here is, in the beginning, you're going to throw in a lot more money than you're going to get out. And that's totally okay. You're running a business now. Okay, so if you have to invest $600, $700, $800, $1,000, $2,000 into the business. And I'm now let me be clear, not buying courses. Some of you all just keep buying everybody's course and you're just spending money that you shouldn't be spending. I'm talking about spending money on books, okay? And you're investing in your books and you're like $1,000, $1,500 deep in these books and they're just getting going. Don't panic. Track your expenses, track how your books are doing, ask for help, and you're gonna make your money back. If you follow, if you're following either my course, the blueprint, or whatever, as long as you're following a specific program that's been proven to work, you will turn a profit eventually. And that's key. I see a lot of students kind of getting hung up on the fact, I've put in like $600. It's like, you've published what, one book so far? Well, yeah, it's probably going to take you a couple more bucks. So let's spend a bit more money before you're going to start making a return. Invest in help, get help, pay for coaching after 3 books. If after your first 3 books, you're not figuring things out, or you feel like you could, you want to move a little faster, invest in coaching. And invest in coaching that you can afford. I have a couple different programs. Like I have a $4,000 program. I have a $150 program. Invest in the programs that you can afford, because what paying an actual coach is all you're doing is you're buying time. What I mean by that is instead of taking 6 months to really start turning a profit, having a coach helps you do it in 3, right? So it shortens your learning curve and lessens your learning tax. That's why, look at any of the greats. They've all invested in one masterminds and in coaches. So definitely consider that. Of course, you can do it without it, but if a coach just speeds up the learning curve for you. Anyways, I just wanted to make a quick video here and offer a couple, like I said, thoughts on things I wish I knew when I first started the publishing journey. Publishing has completely changed my life and my family's life. We're buying a home now with our publishing income, which is so cool. We're documenting it. I'm not sure when this video is going to go, but we'll have videos on the channel about documenting that process each and every month. But I'm excited for you to kind of dive into this, and if you got questions, hit me up in the comments. Let me know, what you need stuck with, or what you'd like to see some more videos on. Or of course, dive into our Facebook groups. There's a whole bunch of resources in the description of this video. Till next time, everybody, I'm Emeka. Hope you all having a great day. Speak to y'all soon. Take care.